If you've spent any time approaching as a man, you will know the girls who say they have boyfriends tend to be nicer and overall more receptive than the girls who are single.
This statement is 100% correct. Let's continue the video to learn why.
I felt this many times. It's almost as if when you approach a girl who says she has a boyfriend, she would have otherwise accepted you if she was single.
I could see why someone can get that feeling, but I don't think it's a good thing. I mean, if the girl would have dated you if she was single, I don't think that would make you feel any better about the rejection, but let's continue.
It's just the fact she's in a relationship for why she can't get to know you. I remember approaching a girl one time who said these words: "Oh, that's so sweet of you to say that. I'm sorry, but I have a boyfriend. It's nothing against you, and I'm sure if I was out of a relationship, it'd be different."
Ooh, I really think that's very naive of him to believe her words, but let's keep that for later and continue watching.
Meanwhile, if I approach a girl who is single, her welcomeness and enthusiasm tends to be lower. She's more hostile about a man she doesn't know approaching her.
So yeah, of course, if you approach a girl who's single, she's gonna be more on the defensive. And guys, I'm going to assume here for the rest of the video that Wheat Waffle's ability to recognize if a girl is actually has a boyfriend or not is accurate, because it's not a hard thing to do, to be honest, and I really believe that he can do it. So every time he's gonna say a girl who has a boyfriend or a girl who's single, we're just gonna believe him, and that way it will be easier to have a discussion, because even later in the video, he will admit that girls can lie about their relationship status, and I agree with him, it's very easy to tell. So let's do this. When a girl says she is single to him, or she has a boyfriend, we're just gonna assume that she's not lying, and that's most likely the case.
So, why have I experienced this? That girls in relationships tend to be more respectful and pleasant in their rejections, while single girls, not always, but tend to be more dry and less enthusiastic.
Okay, Wheat, I'm really interested in how you're going to explain this phenomenon.
I believe it primarily comes down to selection bias. Girls that are already in relationships are more likely to have a positive view of men, are happy for men to approach them, and do not view men as threatening or dangerous. So, because of these reasons, they are happy to get to know and be in a relationship with one.
I am having trouble with this statement because it presumes that all men are equal in the eyes of women, and that all that matters is the girl's desire to be in a relationship or not. What if these girls are just the ones who manage to get the top 10%er that all women desire? After all, Wheat Waffles is a BP, and he knows that only few men meet the requirements to be in relationships. But this will be clearer when he speaks about the single ladies, so let's just continue for now.
Whereas for single girls, they are more likely to have a negative view of men, see less value they can obtain from a relationship with a guy, and because of this, they are more likely to be single, and it's likely they happily chose it to be that way.
I'm gonna say it as it is, but why do you believe that these women are happy single? What if they all desire the same man for a relationship? Consequently, most of them stay without a relationship, and not to look picky or left out, they'd convince the world and themselves that they are happy single. Maybe some of them are truly happy on their own, but you told us your perspective. Maybe the same girl, if approached by the right guy, would be glad to drop her single status and embark on a relationship with him. Why is it easier for you to believe that they took a vow to stay single rather than suspecting that their behavior and attitude is just a repeller for low value men and that mask will drop off as soon as she meets the right guy?
Again, this isn't every single girl, but there is a correlation.
And here, guys, lays the whole reason why I made this video in the first place. It is a correlation, yes, but there is a very, very, very low causation in my opinion. Your claim is that these are relationship type of girls. That's why she's very nice with rejecting you. But I think that's a very low percentage of girls who actually fit this imaginary division you have of relationship girls and eternally single girls. Here is gonna be my explanation, and let people agree or disagree with me in the comments and tell me which theory makes more sense. I believe that the boyfriend, whether present or absent, represents a protective barrier that she has established before you even make your full advance. Now she is out of reach. Now every step that you make towards her is simping. She can trade with you freely. She can flirt. She can even friend zone the hell out of you. After all, if you ever advance on her now, you are the asshole, because she told you from the get-go that she has a boyfriend. Basically, she used her boyfriend or her image of a boyfriend to disarm you, to warn you that all your advances will be shut down rightfully. She won't look mean denying you. This is also confirmed, by the way, by the fact that the same girl would hide the fact that she even have a boyfriend if she's dealing with a guy who mugs him. But let's not drift away. To explain the situation differently, when you are texting a girl, for example, in a different city, and it seems to be going smooth, sexting, promising you to meet and hang out and everything, but later, every time you happen to be in the same city, she is flaky or even flat out ghosting you. Why is that? Well, that's because she used the distance as a barrier between you and her. A barrier that leaks attention from your side, but doesn't let any reward come back from her side. And in real life, the best barrier is a conjured boyfriend. She can hide behind that image to drain attention safely and guarantee that you won't advance or you won't even get mad when she denies you because she is good and faithful to her boyfriend.
Put simply, if a girl is happy to be in a relationship with a man, she's more than likely already in a relationship. Because when a guy approached her, she had the desire to get to know him and jump through his hoops in order to achieve getting to know him.
Again, you're presuming that all men are of equal value. I mean, you don't know her boyfriend. He isn't there. She told you about him. Maybe he's Chad. Maybe he's taller than you. Maybe he's better than you in all categories. And that's what made her jump through hoops to be with him. It's not that the fact that she's a relationship type of girl. Maybe he's just that guy. And for that guy, every girl is willing to do what it takes to be with him. And she was the one who happened to meet him at the right time in the right place and decided to go for it. Maybe the other girls would have done the same, but
Whereas for single girls, and I can tell you this is how I felt from approaching many of them, they are single by choice and are usually happy for it to stay that way.
what if the boyfriend of the other girl approached her? Maybe he's the guy she wanted to be with. Maybe she will think about it. Maybe she will realize that, okay, she was happy being single, but she will be happy with that guy. But she did not feel the same way about you. Why are you excluding this as if it's not even an option?
It feels these women would prefer to not be approached by such men whatsoever, and they'd rather obtain happiness from other aspects of life. So they'd rather focus on fun and enjoyment, spending time with friends, traveling. To them, getting to know a guy is low on the list of priorities.
I'm just gonna go ahead and bet that all the girls who were in the relationship that you met were exactly in that place before they got in a relationship. They all had meeting a guy in low priorities because that's how it will look like to a normie. You approach them and they don't seem like they're even interested in men. Like you're wondering, are these girls lesbians? Why they're not interested in men at all? Where in reality, they're not interested in men like you. And I mean, no offense. It is just that their standards are high. And yeah, basically, I'm betting that all the girls were not interested in relationships until they meet Chad, and then suddenly they are, and they tell you that, and now you think that they have been a relationship kind of girl all along. Where even the same girl who won a relationship right now, if they break up for any reason with their boyfriends, they will become the happily single girls that you meet. So basically, all I'm saying is it's always the same girls. There is no differentiation. Any division you're making is imaginary in your head. They're all the same in terms of wanting a relationship or not. It's just very dependent on the guy they meet and his value.
Another reason that single girls are more likely to be single by choice is because their flakiness rates are extremely high.
Again with this thing, I don't believe such thing as flakiness rate exists. The same girl will make it so easy for Chad to meet her. The exact same girl. Chad will be asking you, what do you mean flaky? She wasn't flaky at all when I text her.
In my experience, one of the most frustrating parts about approaching is the ridiculously high fall off rate. So many times I'd chat with a girl who is seemingly interested at first when I approached her. She'd be giving A tier, sometimes even S tier. Then all of a sudden, I'd experience a dramatic drop in receptiveness over text.
Because that's what you're supposed to be doing in the first place. You talk to a girl enough to take her number, and then later you discover if she likes you or not. There is no need to assess this bullshit of S tier signals, A tier signals. These are all useless. You just take her number, and if she's making it easy to meet, there you go. If she doesn't, well, now you know where you stand.
Whatever choosing signals she gave you in the approach are irrelevant.
Ah, okay, so you know this. Why don't you make it your strategy then? I mean, it makes more sense to just vet the girls later when you get their number. This is actually decent dating strategy, especially if you're playing numbers game.
Most single girls are happy to stay single, which is why they are so flaky. The girls who aren't flaky are a lot of the time already in relationships because they jump through the man's hoops in order to be in that position.
Guys, please write in the comments. Do you agree with me that Wheat Waffles is just trying to make his perspective the reality? He's trying to divide girls into relationship kind of girls and single girls as if those girls actually exist, while in my opinion, it is most likely that they just react to different men differently, and that's it. A high value man might perceive that a lot of girls are actually easy and non-flaky, while a normie will think that they are very flaky. I am not denying that there is truth to what he's saying, but I think it is a very minor factor compared to the actual value of the guy they are dealing with. That was my reaction to wheat waffles. Please, guys, be respectful in the comments. I will delete every comment that will be directly insulting wheat waffles. If you like the video and the reaction, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. I will be doing more reactions, and the more subs I have, the more thrilled I am to make these videos. I have already smashed my subs target for 2024. I have currently 120 by the time I'm recording this video, but I would be even happier if you guys can make it to 150, so please like the video and comment. Everything that helps with the algorithm is welcome. See you soon.